Well, hey, welcome back, guitar learners. This is a quick tutorial on the song The Lion and the Lamb. This is the Leeland version, and so there's that big intro lead line. I'll throw the tab up there to help you out as well. But sometimes what can be helpful is just understanding like which fingers are going to be the most comfortable and where. And so I am running this in the key of G. It is not the original key that the song is in. So it starts on the B string on the 8th fret, and I start with my index finger. That's the most comfortable for me. And then when I go to the 10th fret, I actually switch to my ring finger and use that to then slide up to the 12th. And then that's gonna run one more time, except it's gonna go 8, 10, 13, 12. And so when I do that, 8, 10, 13, when I go back to the 12th, I'm gonna use my middle finger to take me there. And right there is when I'm gonna switch back to that ring finger and end up laying it across both the D and the G string, because it's gonna go kind of fast right there. So I end up using my ring finger, my index finger to do a lot of those pull offs and hammer ons, and I think there's even like a vibrato in there as well. So follow along with that tab. Here we go. So at the beginning of the song, that goes through that full entire progression 2 different times. Between chorus 1 and verse 2, that happens just the once. And that's the last time that gets played that way. So there is another spot in the song after the bridge, and it goes through, well, I guess it depends on how you count it. I count it as 4 total bridges, there being 2 lines in each of the bridges. After the final time through, you don't play the 8, 10, 12 business. You actually just start on kind of barring across that 12th fret. And so that gets played a couple of times there. And then at the very end of the song, that gets played 4 times at the very end. Again, it just starts on that 12th fret. On the second half of the bridge, so during the 3rd and the 4th run-throughs on the bridge, I do tend to go to a little quieter sound, and I'm on the G string here. It goes 5, 4, 2, 4, 2, 0, or open. And it goes through that 1 time per line, so technically it's 3 different times. And then on the very last "Who Can Stop the Lord Almighty," like right before you're going into that little extra ditty, it goes 5, 4, 7. So that's a nice, easy lead line, if you will, that kind of follows the melody of the song. So that's just a nice thing to come in and play with there as well. And then I guess the last thing, you can arpeggiate or pick or play diamonds through verse 1 and verse 2, but there is a spot in verse 2 where I do kind of a different rhythm type piece, where it's on the 5th fret of the D string, and it kind of bounces up to the 7th fret of the D string as well. So I keep my middle finger on that 5th fret of the D string and use my pinky finger to kind of bounce. So I just kind of keep it there to bounce around a little bit. And then partway through the verse, it's where there's almost like a pause in the singing, and there's some extra snare hits and things. Because I've used my middle finger there to root it on that 5th fret, it also uses the G string, the 7th fret, and the 4th fret. So that little kind of 3-note bounce on the 5th fret of the D and the 7th and the 4th frets of the G string, that gets played pretty quickly 4 times in both of those spots, partway through the verse and then at the end of the verse going into the chorus. So that's, I think, everything that I play in The Lion and the Lamb. check out that playthrough, play along. Hopefully this helps you out there. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next one.